Alrighty, welcome back to another video. I was just thinking how it's the tower, Styx Tower event, and then, hey, you know what? Why not we cram more events into everybody's lives by introducing the Underworld Summon? This is season 4, and as you can see from that picture, we have a new costume for one of the season 4 heroes. Welcome to Costume Morel. Alright, so Costume Morel, let's see what is he all about. He is a 5-star blue fighter class this time. Now the costume bonus for season 4 are 8% attack, 8% defense bonus, 13% health bonus, and 5% mana bonus. So they're trying to align all the mana bonuses from all the costumes not from season 1 by giving them the 5% mana bonus, which truly helps in some theory crafting that you can do. Not so much for Morel's case in this case, but you have seen, here players start using, for example, costume bonus on Lepiota to fire Lepiota at very fast. You can even do shenanigans like from other different types of heroes as well. So he does have a Underworld family bonus, the same thing, as well as increased special skill damage. For the first turn, for the first time he uses his special skill, it will add 30% of its power to the special skill. Staff of the Sea Star deals 145% damage to all enemies, so very insignificant damage. And all enemies get negative 34% defense for 3 turns, and all allies regenerate 411 HP over 3 turns. Let me just see what the previous one did. So now the previous Morel deals 180% damage to all enemies. So obviously, with this kind of special skill like Frigg and Ma'at, the damage is a bit low for heroes like this. What you actually want to get is the all enemies get negative 34% defense for 3 turns. I'm actually a bit disappointed because in the beta notes, when they were teasing Morel, the costume for Morel, it was going to be 145% damage to all enemies, but then all enemies get negative 44% defense for 3 turns. No other stat lines, but when you look at it from a picture, you are picturing Morel as a more offensive kind of hero, where it's more offense oriented. So that all allies regenerate 411 HP over 3 turns, that hardly matters if you're trying to go in a more offense route. So I find it very weird that they have this here and still maintain her at negative 34% defense for 3 turns instead of bumping it up as you would want it to be, in that way when you get the upgrade for the costume. And this actually makes it very disappointing for players who might want to get, who are still using Morel and who would want, more than just a stat buff. Well, you are only getting a stat buff here, because what you're doing is you're reducing the damage to all enemies. So now 145% is very insignificant. I mean you're looking at this at more like Mystero's range of damage here, and yes, you do get this additional 30% for the first time he uses the special skill, and you do get his insane attack stats, but that's only for double limit broken. It's nothing else. Like, negative 34% defense is right now being mitigated just by how strong the defenses are in the current meta. So it would have been nice to see a hero like this get the negative 44% treatment, the same way as how you would do for costume Isarnia, for example, or someone I can think of, like Frigg, for example. The costume Frigg gets more defense down as long as you meet the threshold for it. So I'm actually quite surprised that they're not giving the same treatment to Morel. Whether is it for because SG views it as a more boring kind of upgrade, or is it that they're trying to try a different route for Morel here? Tacking in that health regeneration doesn't seem any much useful, especially when you have when you're trying to pair this hero with some support, which can provide a little bit more health regeneration, then this is completely useless. So really, really sad that they're going with this route. You know, I initially thought if this was going at negative 44%, it might be time to bring back, the old Morel and try to, theory craft some teams to go with him. But in this, I'm not, I'm not incentivized to do anything, especially when his the class, the class for this hero does not in any way impact his ability to go even faster. What I mean by that is, like, if you look at, okay, I'm just gonna exit it and find. If you look at Lepiota, for example, same speed, but she is able to go, because of her class, you get the 4% mana node, and therefore you're able to fire her at very fast as long as you have a level 29 magic troop and a bard in your team. It's not the same case for Morel, and which is why even getting a hero like Phileas Fogg, for example, the costume hardly matters, because you are not able to, if, like, let's say this had been either a sorcerer, druid, or what's the other one, or a monk, for example, then then we're talking. Granted, with this fighter class, yes, he won't die so many times. Like, you try to tag that on to the fact that, if he revives at 1 health, he regenerates 117 health. That's nothing compared to what things are these days. So really disappointing, and because of that, I will not be pulling for this portal. I will actually be saving up for a new costume for one of the up and coming ones, notably Snolford. You guys know me and Snolford. I really like using Snolford, and to see the costume in the beta notes, putting him back to where he was originally, back to his former glory, it will be actually interesting to see how it turns out. But it comes with a caveat. So we all saw the beta notes saying that Morel will be negative 44%, and now they've changed it this way. Does this mean that the beta notes hardly matter now? Or did I myself forget to check the beta notes to see whether there were any changes made to costume Morel? We will never know for sure. I'll probably have to check it out again, but I guess, this is SG's way of telling you, if you don't pull now, we're going to make sure that whatever comes out next will probably not even matter to you. But in any case, there's also another reason for not pulling as well. Hannah and Akarok are potentially one of the two not so good season 4 heroes to kind of pull for. Akarok is one of the most useless yellow heroes in the game, and Hannah, well, if you have Erlang Shen, you want to pair it with Hannah, yeah, sure, go ahead. But Hannah has bad memories for certain top alliances. I will not mention who, but yeah, I think it's not the right time to pull, and therefore I will not be doing any pulls this time. However, when Snolford costume is featured, maybe I will do a little bit more pulls. And that is that. Well, to those who are trying to pull for Morel for the sake of collection, I know quite a few people who just pull for the sake of collecting heroes. Good luck in getting the costume. Congratulations if you have already gotten the costume, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.